There, Arcturians, what is it that's happening now? There's something changing. Greetings. We are the Arcturians, and we are fifth-dimensional and beyond beings that were amongst the first ones to come to Gaia's Earth. She needed loved ones, and we, the Arcturians and the Palladians, were the two major beings, with the Arcturians being more of the father images and the Palladians being more of the feminine images. What we, the Arcturians, say to you within this now, that this is an important time. What is occurring is that Gaia is ready to move beyond her limitations of her third-dimensional self. That she's just a big rock that a bunch of human beings and animals and birds and wonderful things are there, but she's sick of being a rock now. She wants to be the living being that she's always been. Also, there's more and more sightings. Now, Suzanne is going to speak for a minute. That's me, Sue. That I've been running into all these things about that. About, hello, really? You think this is the only planet that has life? Give us a break here. And a lot more sightings of UFOs. A lot more sightings of UFOs. And part of the difference is that where people used to scream and yell and run for the gun, now they're kind of going, hum. It seems like the humans, with Arcturian speaking again, it seems like the humans are finally beginning to settle in a little bit and realize that there's more. And especially the humans that will meditate, or they dance, or they sing, or they hike, or they hug, or they open themselves up to their creative fields. I just heard dancing with the dawn. It's the dawn of the new age. We're coming into the dawn of the new age. And we want to dance into the dawn of the new age. We want to smile and laugh and sing and play and say, hello, congratulations, Gaia, come on, your family's coming to meet you. Your family, the Arcturians and the Palladians are going to be there and really make you feel totally protected. And the Antarians, they will make sure that everything is neat and clean and right on the spot. And the Venusians are going to make sure that everything has an opportunity to be the true beauty that it is.
Thank you, Sue and Arcturians, for that beautiful visual and breakdown as well. And what I'm getting from that, which would be my next question, is that it seems like this change that we were talking about in the beginning, it's a dual kind of change in that it's grounded, but also very cosmic, very star-related at the same time. It's like, I've been getting this visual actually of this purple kind of galaxy energy, this violet, very much this like violet energy, mixing in with this green, this like emerald, which kind of represents Earth to me. And it feels like that's that change. It's like that intertwining of that Gaia planetary Earth energy and cosmic energy coming into one.
That's like the highest frequency of light is purple. And then green is like the grounding color of light. And so when the purple and the green connect with each other without, the purple still remains purple, the green still remains green. And in between, there's this in-between place where people can go into this in between and meditate and see what's happening. If I go to this place in between where I feel really protected on both sides, but I am the middle, I'm the middle in between the two sides, and so if I think of one side, then I get pulled also into the other. Or if I think of the green, I get pulled into the purple. I think of the purple, get pulled into the green. And there's this like merging. It's this merging that needs to occur within this now, because the planet Earth, she's ready. The third dimension was okay, and she volunteered, but she's tired of being third dimensional. She wants to step on up a little bit. Anyone that feels that with her, anyone that feels that, wow, I want to step up, there's more, something's up, what is that? It feels, it's really different, and it's a little scary because it's different, but at the same time, oh, it just feels so good. It feels so safe, it feels so kind. And all these opposites are beginning to kind of like intermingle. So it doesn't have to be, all these are good people, all these are bad people, and decent people in between, they don't know what they are. But instead, it's really about us. We look into the parts of ourselves that we say, oh, I like this me, this is good me, this is me I enjoy. And then, oh, that me, ooh, now that one's a whole different story. But it's just like if you're going to clap, you have to put your right and your left hands together. So, you know, if we're going to applaud ourselves in that manner, then we need to find that center place, find the place in between.
And finding that place in between, like with the clap, that's what makes the sound. It's not just one hand or the other, it's both put together. And I can definitely understand how that would be synonymous with that energy, that combination. And it really seems like this is something that's happening both in human consciousness, but also with the planet at the same time. It feels like it is really all just one big story. And I think we're starting to wake up to that. We all have an important part to play in it, but our perspective needs to widen a whole lot, which is, I think, where the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, Antareans, this is where they come in.
Yes, and when the Pleiadians and the Arcturians and the Antareans and Lucians, they all came in as fifth-dimensional and beyond beings. And they came in then because Earth was having a hard time. And I've noticed on the internet more and more they have these join our mass meditations. And, you know, great, you know, that meditation that people all come together and say, something's happening. Now, absolutely, it feels absolutely like something's happening. I know in my life, it's like, wow. You know, how about you? Does your life feel like something's happening?
It's almost as if, I mean, I can talk for myself personally, but I've also heard a lot of other people talk about this as well, in that with your perspective changing, how you experience and interact with the world around you changes. And so that's naturally changing the decisions you would make, the energy expenditure that you would give out and take in, both physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And we're starting to find a balance between the outflow and the inflow. And we're finding that in between, we are really releasing those old mentalities that have really been ingrained in us. Maybe there are higher dimensional beings, and maybe they're not here to enslave us. We're starting to open up a whole different kind of field, and that invites in other kinds of interactions that are for the planet's highest good.
The people that are able to feel inside of themselves that there's something nice, something growing, something calming. So when they get this kind of like a jig-jag type of thing, they'll go, okay, it's a quick readjustment. You know, like even like if you're riding your bike, you might be really calm for a long time, and then something happens, and then you have to readjust really quick, and then try not to fall off the bike. You know, so there's that. Often there's these quick readjustments, but those are important because that's a little wake up, wake up. You know, it's about the feeling of it. There needs to be a feeling that goes with it, because that goes down into your core. If your heart was broken and you just couldn't open up your heart because you felt like, you know, too many bad things happened, or you were sad, or, you know, you wouldn't be able to feel that there's this wonderful energy field. And then someone or something will happen that you'll get just like a little glimpse of that energy field, that you go, wait, what was that? What was that energy field? I want that instead. I didn't like that over there. I want this. I want the purple. Now the Galactics, they're coming more and more. They are here for Gaia. They're all together. They're all friends. So so some people will work with people that are like them, and then other beings will work with people that are like them, and so that they don't have a huge shift. They can be who they are, but they can expand who they are. And they can expand who they are by feeling this higher frequency, this feeling, this, you know, oh, what is that? You know, just a little moment of euphoria. And then it goes away real quick. But then, if it's there and you'll want to hear it again, you'll want to feel it again. When we feel it, we want to put it into third dimension. So we want to write a poem about it, or draw a picture about it, or make a dance for it, or make a delicious meal because of it. And so the whole thing is, when we get that little thing, oh, this is a higher frequency. How do I ground it? How do I keep it here longer? We do it by lovingly sharing. Lovingly sharing. We do something or make something, and we reach out and say, hey, I wanted to share this with you because it really meant a lot to me, and maybe we can talk about it after you've seen it. You know? And what if everybody did that instead of saying, oh, I had such a horrible day today, my boss just drove me crazy, and then the traffic was terrible the whole way home? Which reality do we want to pick? We don't want to be the victim. And we're only the victim when we forget that we are the creators of our perceptual field. And in my writings, perceptual fields come up more and more and more. It's the frequency rate of an energy field. Feeling that, knowing that we are here now. And the we that are here now is the we that is beyond just being a human. But so many of us galactics, because there's so many of us that are galactics, you know, they came down to Earth, and a lot of them kind of got pulled into just being humans. And so what I've been getting lately a lot is that the galactics, they're coming back. One of the things that really got people awake is when they went to the moon. But now that's old stuff. They already went to the moon. But it was really exciting. People did something that was completely impossible, and they did it. It was amazing, and everyone learned so much. And so now we're ready for that next boost. And I think it's the galactics. Instead of us going to them, there has been so many people that have taken pictures and that have said that they've communicated with them. So many people.
the galactic energy is already here. Like, if we think about how many people are channeling, how many ships there have been, whether they're fourth dimensional or, you know, just in Gaia's aura, the history that galactics have had on Gaia, all of that cosmic energy has been here. But now it's the humans that, since our vibration has changed, since the planet's vibration has changed, that energy, it's come back online. And with that coming back online, we're starting to really get in more contact with all these, you know, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, all these different cosmic beings. And something that they have especially reminded me of, actually just last night, is that one of the biggest frequency shifts that Earth physically had was last year around this time when the lockdowns began, because of how much healing she was able to do. And so what they were telling me was, you know, with the waters, the air, the land, the animals coming in, what they were telling me was that that was a frequency shift for the planet. And even though some of those things didn't last, that still was enough of an energy boost to make the changes that you're experiencing now.
That's a really, really important thing, because sometimes we have to have the darkest night before we can begin to see the dawn. After you've had just like one experience of, wow, what was that? What was that feeling? And now you can find real live videos of starships. They're getting closer. They want to see if we can not freak out. This is kind of like a portal opening. Why don't you talk a little bit about that portal opening?
I see this as almost synonymous with like a bridge. Like, your portal is like your subtle bridge, and we are both the portal openers and the portals themselves. And a message I've been getting is thinking of, you know, how we all have a Merkaba, we all have our light body, thinking of that as a portal. And how you access that portal is you go within, because that's light. That's not bound, that's the you that's not bound by space and time. And so when we're connecting with energies that are outside of that third dimensional space and outside of that fourth dimensional time, that's when we're integrating in these multidimensional energies into our physical experience. And we can get signs from this through synchronicity. Most of the time, that's what it is for a lot of people. And sometimes that'll appear as maybe a visual, or, like you were saying, Sue, a feeling, an energy field, like a whoa, what was that?
Yeah. Right. And anytime we're creative, you know, like I have been drawing a lot. Like, you know, I had all these little booklets and I've been filling them up with drawings and I don't know what they are. I just put a bunch of the colors. Usually there's some show on, and then I just draw pictures and I'm filling them all up. Whenever we do something that's creative, like drawing or writing or singing or dancing, it tells us what to do, doesn't it? That inner glory, that's the word that came in, our inner glory. You know, it's not the glory that's on the outside, that so other people can say, oh, you look great, or that was a wonderful this, or whatever. No, that inner glory that you could feel that good about yourself. These are really rough times with, you know, people being on lockdown and they can't go anywhere. There's some of their loved ones they don't get to see, or they have to be with their loved ones 24/7 and they're all getting sick of each other, and everything in between those two. People are having to find, what is that in between? What's the middle place?
Absolutely. And I think we're in this place now where we're finding more value in human connection.
Yeah.
And in a way that challenges us and is equally beautiful at the same time. And I think there is beauty in challenge. I think that is one of the key signifiers of change in many ways. And I believe that after great challenge, we're not meant to stay in that challenge forever. And I think that's a big thing that people are letting go of now is, oh, well, I have to be suffering. I have to be in pain in order to have any progress. And that's not imbalance. That's not balance. That's not how we progress forward. We have to find that calm in the water. We have to find that calm in the storm, like we were talking about in the beginning.
Finding that calm in the storm and just allowing the storm to be around you, but don't get engaged in it. And then as it goes around you, then instead of getting pulled into it or getting angry or picking a fight, you just say, blaze, blaze, blaze a violet fire, transmuting all shadow into light, light, light.